Welcome to a sold-out Ukini Arena in Maishima, resplendent in Suntory Sunbirds red as the home side go head-to-head with the team they beat to last year's Daido Life SV.League title, Jtekt Stings AICHI. Thank you for joining us here on VBTV for more world-class action from Japan. Simon Golding with you for a second weekend series between these two great rivals. Suntory Sunbirds Osaka having run out 3-1, 3-1 winners earlier this season on their way to a 29-game winning streak, and that puts them in a commanding lead at the top of the SV.League. It's not been without losses, but generally speaking, they've been just about picture perfect. For their record of 33 wins and just 3 losses, a .92 ratio at the top of the table. Well, for Jtekt Stings AICHI, it's been a season of frustrating losses, 14 in total against just 3 for Suntory, leaving coach Shinboi Kochiro's team in 3rd place at the moment, comfortable in the playoff zone once again, but searching for some consistent form at the business end of this season. Well, teams going through the final part of their preparation before we meet the two lineups. Should be relatively straightforward, I think, in terms of Sting's case. Still an issue for Igor Kliuka with his hand injury for Suntory, but that should be their only big change coming into today's game. For Shinboi Kochiro, well, his most effective player is French opposite Stephen Boyer, and the attacker has pretty good work as well with his defensive block too. 664 points, 68 blocks and 25 aces in total. On the other side, Run Takahashi going pretty well for his team. American TJ DeFalco has 573 points for Stings with 43 blocks and 37 aces, and Stings are going to need that kind of scoring power this weekend alongside some big performances from Kenya Fujinaka, former Suntory captain, and the setter who replaced Suntory's new setter, Masahiro Sakita, namely Yudai Kawahigashi. There is Stephen Boyer, the French superstar, Olympic gold medalist back in Tokyo 2020. And there's the USA's TJ DeFalco. Those two pretty much ever present in this team, and that means they keep Ricardo Lucarelli, the brilliant Brazilian, on the bench. But he could still have a role to play in the latter stages of this season. So into the serving drills, then it'll be off to the sidelines for the officials to be introduced to the crowd. There's Olivier Lecard, enjoying his time here at Suntory, a 3rd season here in the SV.League for the former French international setter. He has become a very popular part of the show here in Japan. There's his opposite number, Shinboi Kochiro. Assistant coach here at Stings to Michał Gogot. The Polish coach has now gone on to become sports director with Jtekt Stings. So, other side of the net, Suntory's season has been brilliant. Olivier Lecard and his team have gone on to win after win, not without incident. The 2-3-0s against Blazers in the absence of Dmitry Mazersky were a little bit worrying. And then Igor Kliuka, he'll be looking for a quick recovery after the nasty hand injury last weekend against Wolf Dogs. That will mean that there'll be more court time for another player returning from injury, Alan Diamas. But he looked pretty good last weekend. Other than that, Suntory's lineup pretty much picks itself, with top scorer, massive Russian Dmitry Mazersky, leading the line and leading the SV.League as well. 679 points, 77 blocks and 45 aces. He is still key to Suntory's fortunes. Alongside captain Ran Takahashi, middles Taishi Onodera and Ren Aniki, and former Stings playmaker Masahiro Sakita now running the show for the home side. This is a very, very good Suntory Sunbirds lineup, who have consistently resisted with their top group of players available. They have resisted all comers this season, and will go into the playoffs as red-hot favourites to retain their title. Yuichiro Yaguchi and Hiroyuki Takahashi will be our 2 referees for this game. Interestingly, Suntory Sunbirds' starting lineup still not released just yet. Jtekt Stings will be exactly as we expected. They will be the first team out onto the floor in a moment. And then we'll have the usual impressive build-up here at home in the Okini for the Suntory Sunbirds starting lineup. First, Jtekt Stings AICHI. Here we go then for the visitors in black. The thoroughly impressive Liu Qiang will start in the middle with Shuto Kawaguchi. Yudai Kawahigashi is once again the setter. Stephen Boyer needs to be big today. He goes in that right side slot, the French international. Former Suntory captain Kenya Fujinaka in the number 10 shirt starts left side with the enigmatic USA star Tori DeFalco. And then those libero duties will be shared between Takuma Araki and the Stings' new captain, Kazuyuki Takahashi. Shimbo Kochiro is their coach, and he's the man who has the tough job today of trying to get his replacements right. He does have some good names on the bench, the likes of Riccardo Lucarelli, to come in should they be required. Right then, time for the build-up to the announcement of the Suntory Sunbirds Osaka starting lineup. Oh, it is such a great way to welcome a team to the court. Really does set the scene, sets the tone. Taishi Onodera then will start through the middle. And he will start not with Ren Oniki, but with the left-hander, Kenji Sato. So that's the middle combination. Alan Diamas replaces the injured Igor Kliuka and might be in for a few weeks, alongside his captain Ran Takahashi out on the left side. And Masahiro Sekita, former Sting setter, is the playmaker, with the man who makes Suntory Sunbirds Osaka tick, Dmitry Mazersky right side, and the brilliant Tomohiro Ogawa at libero. And there is Olivier Lecard, the enigmatic French coach of this Suntory team, who just seems to have such a great relationship with his players. Right then, we got some junior honorary servers ahead of today's game, and they look suitably excited about this one. So far, serving in the honorary department has been very impressive this season, and they're getting a bit of a head start into court. Right then, let's see, out of the 4 Mikasa balls there, how many aces are they going to score on Jtekt Stings right now? Here we go. Hey, not bad. 2 out of 4. Very well done. Well, it was a major part of the pre-game presentation here in the Dodo Life SV.League. And long may it continue. Right, onto the serious business of a big game between the two teams that fought it out for the title last year. Suntory Sunbirds Osaka victorious on that occasion, and with a largely unchanged squad throughout the course of this season, will attempt to take win number 34 today. Alan Diamas back in the starting lineup because of the Kliuka injury. We're good to go then. And the countdown is on to serve number 1. It'll be Jtekt Stings to get us underway. A third meeting between these two sides this season in the black. Jtekt Stings AICHI, the visitors, get things underway. But it's the team in red, home side Suntory Sunbirds Osaka, that come into the match as favourites. But it is not as cut and dry as that. Diamas puts the first point on the board. But if Boye and DeFalco get it right today, Stings could be a handful. New middleman on court, Kenji Sato with the serve. Nice defence and good run out of the back line from Takahashi. Brilliant defence from Fujinaka, the former Sunbirds man, but once again, that magnificent block height of Mizerski gets the job done. Block number 78 for Dmitry Mizerski this season. And counting. 2-0 then to the home side straight away. Sato, good serve against his former captain, and a brilliant read and react block there. Saw it coming, total commit from Taishi Onodera. And a solid stop on Luke. (3-0) straight up. Little cutter serve. DeFalco hasn't had a hit yet. Boye hasn't had a hit successfully, that is. Straight into the block again from DeFalco. There's just no way past the 2m18, 7'2" frame of the mighty Russian Dmitry Mizerski. So Lou stopped, DeFalco stopped twice, just Boye to try his hand now. And a 4-0 lead straight up forces Shimbo Kochiro into a very early timeout. There's substitutes then for Suntory. Likely to see Rui Takahashi and Kotaro Kai from the service line. No Igor Kliuka on the team list today. That hand injury means he's still not playable. It's an injury to his hitting hand, and it looked like a nasty one. So he'll be out for another couple of weeks, I suspect. On the other side of the net, Dimizu Mitsuki is a good blocking substitute. Dega Wiwamoto as well might get some time in the middle. Isimeda can be part of a double substitution, and Riccardo Lucarelli constantly in the wings, waiting for his opportunity to come in. The Brazilian 2016 Olympic gold medalist. Still no point for the visitors. Now, Boye, does he get a set at last? He does. And Boye starts with a deep swing, defended well by Ran. Diamas just clips it over the top of the block. Nice change up there in the offense from Diamas. The temptation is to hit full pace, but he's just gone off pace and made the floor easily. 5-0. What a start for Suntory. All smiles at the moment. Diamas delighted to be back on court. I'm sure he's not happy about the circumstances with the Kliuka injury. And at last, a point for Stings, but it's courtesy of a net touch. Very worrying for Shimbo Kochiro that the block was so well organised in that rotation. DeFalco, Boye, Lou, all denied. Right, here is Tori DeFalco, TJ, as he's known, with the serve. Easy pass for Taishi Onodera, easy finish, as Masahiro Sekita looks to open up that middle channel. Love those slow-mos and the way that they show the tempo that the other players are arriving in. You could see Alan Diamas was not far behind Taishi Onodera. First big serve then for Dmitry Mizerski. Doesn't add to his 45 aces for the season, but gets Stings under pressure. Fujinaka, former Suntory captain, can't put it away, but he can now. Nicely done. grown into his role as the season has gone on because of the two-player limit out on court for overseas players, that is. Fujinaka has had an automatic role from the start of the season. As long as Boye and DeFalco are on court, Lucarelli will remain on the bench, and Fujinaka's services are most definitely required. Right, just waiting for this game to really start. No circus tricks from Takahashi. Defended one hand by DeFalco, who wasn't happy about his team's efforts there. He knew it would be coming back with interest, and it does. Second point in offense for Taichi Onodera. 3 points for him in total. One offense, sorry, 2 blocks. And in defense from Onodera. Top scorer in the match at the moment. Diamas, second big server, follows on from Mazerski and aces straight away. He's loving this, isn't he? He's absolutely loving this. Welcome back, Alan. (8-2) Suntory. No contest at the moment. I think all coaches know that if you start a game like this, you're unlikely to be able to continue in this vein. Won't take long for Stings to find their way into some rhythm and possibly into this set. Although at the moment, that isn't quite happening. Fabulous from Boye. It's not been completely plain sailing for the French international this season, but when he has found his top gear, he has just reminded us how seriously good he is. He's a top-class world professional. Serving, though, is a problem right now for Stings. Nobody able to get the ball in and cause problems for Suntory. Fujinaka, the latest defender. So, it doesn't get any easier for Stings. Sakita to the line, Mazerski into the front court, and he resumes his head-to-head with DeFalco, although on that occasion, Kawahigashi, manages to avoid the blocking threat by going to Boye once again. And if you've got a hot arm, you might as well set them. Boye scores a second point for the match. Mazerski with the tip, and of course everybody's camped out around the lines waiting for the big shot. Mazerski knows he's got plenty of space if he does want to go to the finesse ball, and he tips it home easily. 3 points for Dimitri, so he joins Diamas and Onodera at the top of the tree. Big swing from DeFalco, well defended by Takahashi. And blasted out of play from Mazerski. A little bit loose there from the Russian. Serving is just a mess at the moment for Stings, but that's what a negative scoreboard will do for you. Puts a bit of pressure on the serving shoulder, and Kawahigashi faults, just like most of the rest of his team. Back to the Kenji Sato serve then. Left-hander. Easy pass for Fujinaka. He takes the pipe, has to tip it though. Nice pick up from Sakita, and a block on Mazerski. At last, some positivity for Stings. Liu shuts him down. Chinese Taipei international, Liu Jiang. Big serve from DeFalco, beautifully controlled. And Diamas plunders the block again for 13-7. system finish. Still waiting for this match really to kick into gear for Suntory. They are in top gear already. Sting struggling to get close to them. Well, DeFalco likes a fast ball on top of the tape. Fujinaka not as comfortable with that and pays the price as the smallest man on court. Masahiro Sekita blocks him for his a fantastic start from Suntory. Well, he's got license to swing here. Mizerski as hard as he wants. He does so. Ace on the baseline. Big dimmer with a big shot. Here he goes again, 15-7. Everything going right for Suntory. Another block. Oh, dear me. Fujinaka this time goes away from Sekita, the man that's just blocked him, and tries to take on the far taller Taishi Onodera at 2 meters and 2. And against his former teammate, comes off second best, 16-7 Suntory. Well, if Mizerski had license earlier in this service run, he can do what he wants from here. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite happen, but the lead is a convincing one, and this is Suntory's set to lose already. 4 points for Onodera, 4 points for Diamas, 4 points for Mizerski at the top of the scoring charts. I'll keep you in touch with that as the game goes on. Everything's working. Fujinaka coming in to try and help on that middle block, but of course when the two wing spikers are sucked into that middle channel, you do get a lot of space just to the side of the blockers, and Onodera uses that with ease. There's no let-up. Here comes Diamas. He hits a big one, just about past. At last, Fujinaka finds a way past Sekita. 1 out of 3 ain't good enough. I think all Stings can do from here is just play for some rhythm in this opening set. Nice defence. Takahashi not really been involved that much in offence at the moment. Ran Takahashi, one of the players this season who is hitting the ball so cleanly. Tremendously balanced player in the air. And not the tallest either at 188, but he's got some very good physical attributes and great ball control. Onodera just out. Don't think Lekar will take a look at this. There's no need to slow the game with a challenge if you don't need to. 8-point lead should be good enough for Suntory to claim an early lead in this match. Didn't quite get his feet to the ball, Mizerski, but quick to let Sekita know that this is the tempo he wants. He's normally better at getting that step into the ball. It's fine still, it's the point. Good work from Sato to get out of the way. Slightly higher out of system set for Mazerski. And the fault from Stings brings another point. DeFalco is out of luck at the moment. Boye very quiet in the game. Fujinaka not able really to penetrate the block on a regular occasion. And in terms of actually stopping the Suntory attack right now, Stings powerless, it seems. Huge, absolutely huge from Boye. He's seriously good still. Fine hit from the Frenchman, he's fired up. Liu with the serve, easy ball from Ogawa. Oh, wow, good defense from DeFalco on a wicked angle, and he finds a very similar return. That was some hit from Mazerski, well inside the attack line, and DeFalco just covered it. Calm dig from the American. Lovely, really lovely. Sakita lives to set that ball to Sato. Left-handed middle is unusual. I say that every time he comes on court, but it is in the modern game. But boy, does he make it work for him. And that was a wonderful set, wonderful hit. Good hustle from Fujinaka to make the pass. Brilliant again from Boye. Ogawa, just watch the little shuffle here from the libero. Gets to the right part of court, just can't deal with that pace. Kaigashi with the serve. Mazerski defended by the setter. Boye. Nice again. He's picking the line off really well here. And Boye looks pretty confident against the block of both Diamas and Ran Takahashi. Backs himself to get high enough to go over the top. At last, a bit of rhythm for Stings. That is cancelled out with the first pipe of the day from Sakita. He does like to establish the middle early in the front court before he goes to this backcourt option. That is so sweetly hit. Two points for Run. Sato unloads on the ball. Tight, defended well. Suntory can score again, back to the pipe, this time not on the money from Sakita. Boye can't get Stings out of trouble. Diamas scores. It is relentless from Suntory Sunbirds Osaka. They look very, very good, very together out there on the floor. The old crew back in harness with Diamas on the floor. Sato to serve. 2 points required then for Suntory to put this first set to bed. Still picking on Fujinaka. That always interests me. Fujinaka's not a major threat out of the pipe, so if you serve him tough, you're not really taking too much away from Stings. Plus the fact, Kenya Fujinaka is really solid across the back line, particularly his passing is good. I'm surprised Suntory aren't trying to put a little more pressure on TJ DeFalco. Good defense again from TJ. Fujinaka forced to volley. Ogawa clears it up. And that's not great from Sakita. Diamas still hits it well. Boye can score though. And Dmitry Mazerski gets a dose of his own medicine from Stephen Boye. And the two right sides shake hands after this one. He didn't know anything about that, Mazerski. It was going out. May have clipped the block, but it was definitely going out of bounds. Fortunately, Mazerski was in the way. TJ with his name chanted by the group, the small group of Stings fans in the crowd. Other than that, the place resplendent mostly in red. It's a marvellous scene here in the Yukini for this Saturday afternoon showdown. just what Stings need here. Little trip up in the form of a few of the players heading into set 2 will be helpful. Still a massive amount of set points. This will be Suntory 1-0, but it's how Stings respond in the second set. Deflections all the way. 25-17 then. Doesn't come much easier than that. Suntory Sunbirds romping. In the opening set, they lead Jtekt Stings AICHI by a set to 0. Well, Mazerski gets himself to the top of the scoring charts there, but it wasn't completely without issues there for Dmitry Mazerski. Stings will be very keen that he stays roughly where he is in terms of what's happening from the service line and in offence. Boye on 6, just waiting for DeFalco to join the party for Stings, and then we've got a game on our hands. DeFalco just a single point from that first set. I reckon that's maybe the first time this season that he's only scored a single point in the opener. Well, not going to happen at the moment, but there is justification for Riccardo Lucarelli to be brought into the action. I think the issue is that while DeFalco hasn't scored, his defence and his serving in that opening set was really strong. The problem for him is up against Mazerski for a couple of rotations, and the mighty block of the Russian causing him problems at the moment, but I think DeFalco will be able to get his radar sorted. And let's be honest, if he doesn't, this is going to be a very quick volleyball match, particularly the way that Suntory are playing right now. But at the top level, can you keep your form going? Can you stay there at that level all the way through the match? That's going to be the demand for Suntory. Olivier Lecard having a long chat there with Alain Diamas and captain Rantaka AICHI. Just, I think, getting the left-siders focused as they head into this next part of the game. So no pressure exerted by Stings in the first set. That means Suntory absolutely romp it. There we go, 51.9% efficiency. 5 blocks, 2 aces, very good. Set number 2, away we go. Suntory Sunbirds Osaka captain Rantaka AICHI with the serve, the home side in red. Up against the visitors in black, Jtekt Stings AICHI, and former Suntory Sunbirds captain Kenya Fujinaka starts the second set with a point. They need a better start, Stings. They need to get into some rhythm early. Need to start to ask some questions. If they do, then we'll have a match. We'll have a close match as well, I suspect. Boye clips the net, slows it down for Agawa. It's a massive leap from Sato, expecting to receive the ball there. He might get set here. No, Mazerski is the recipient, and that's very good thinking from Masahiro Sekita, because Shuto Kawaguchi, the middleman, was thinking exactly the same way as me. That's why he got stranded, chasing the wrong player in the middle. Sato it will be to serve. Easy defence off the block from Run. Easy swing from Mazerski on the free net. There we go, buddy, says Sakita. Fill those enormous boots of yours. Don't mind if I do. Dmitry Mazerski cashes in for 9 points. Yet again, looks like he's going to be the winner of the race to double figures. Good dig down the line from Sato. Denies Boye. Tight, too tight, easy for Taishi Onodera. And very well played, actually. And that's what you get from top quality, experienced internationals. Taishi Onodera has been around a long time, so doesn't panic in those scenarios, just looks for the space, finds the space. 3-1 Suntory. They've been relentless today. Good tempo ball, Mazerski just apologising to his teammates for guessing the wrong line there on Fujinaka. It's a funny one for Mazerski, because if he covers the line, then he's basically thinking that the hitter is going to take him on the line, and not many hitters are going to be foolish enough to do that. So generally speaking, Mazerski will stay inside. Good coverage, very well picked up by the Stings captain, and very well put away by a man who needs to get into the game, TJ DeFarco. Nice work from Kazuyuki. There's that inside block that Mazerski employs so often. 3 apiece. Slightly more encouraging for Stings. Boy, he's annoyed with himself there. In the right place, could see the shot all the way. But Diamas, too much on it. Did make a bid, Alan Diamas, to become a Japanese player, and thought he qualified, thought all the credentials were in place, and did actually start some matches for Japan, but for the moment it's been rescinded. Full Japanese status would help Suntory, because he could be on court with Kliuka and Mazerski when that happens. For the former Cuban international. 5-3 then, Mazerski, positive scoreboard. Means he has license to thrill, but on this occasion balloons it out of play. So 1 in the net, 1 out of bounds. That will be encouraging from Sting's point of view. They need Mazerski derailed at the service line. Kawahiguchi follows with the serve for Stings, but once this service run is over, it's Diamas into the back line. And that happens straight away, courtesy of Taishi Onodera, whose form at the moment is just terrific. He was in double figures twice last weekend against Wolf Dogs Nagoya, and he's on his way today in game 1 against Stings. Here comes Diamas. 1 ace in the bank already for him. No, just like Mazerski, out of luck. And the difference is pretty obvious on the scoreboard. You don't get a run of 3 or 4 points every time they arrive at the line. Stings just turn it over and then hit some rotations where they will want to score. Higashi long down the line, covered by Ogawa. And Ran can't stop himself collapsing under the net. The set was too tight there to the Boye block. And he is a very good blocker, incidentally. 68 for the season coming into this match. Kawahigashi will serve again, and for the second time, Stings closed down a 2-point break. Good dig. Oh, unlucky. Very calm, very brave from Kawahigashi. foot in the end. Didn't see that side on. Another winner for Diamas. 7 points for him now. Onodera's hybrid serve down the line, tests DeFalco. His response is good enough for the point anyway. Tips Big Dimmer, while Dimitri does love his defence, he's not the fastest at 2 meters and 18. Sevens, DeFalco trying to influence the game from the service line now. He served well in set one. And he serves brilliantly in set two. Ace from DeFalco. Starting to feel that the match is on now. Just out. Nice little shimmy there from Run to let it go past him. 8 apiece then. Blocking threat of Mizerski into the front court as Sakita goes to serve. For Suntory, that is. Free net and an explosion of sound as DeFalco contacts that ball. This is really smooth and hit so hard. The response is equally impressive out on the right side for that one rotation run, puts it off the block of his former captains, Kenny Fujinaka. 9 apiece. Hasn't influenced the game with his serve just yet, Run. But we know he's got an absolute box of tricks at the service line. Goes power this time. DeFalco passes well. Boyer hits hard, but Run defends him, and just that little problem there for Agawa getting past his fellow player meant he couldn't get to the ball. Boyer goes to 8 points. Couple of aces here, and he'll be the first man to double figures because Mizerski's stuck on 9 at the moment. Alternatively, of course, Sting's serve goes in, but the pass is good and Mizerski gets a chance to attack. he's settled into his role here in Japan very nicely, TJ DeFalco. And the all-star appearance a month and a half ago shows that he knows how to have fun on court as well, which the fans love. Good pickup from Kazuyuki. Right, chance for Mizerski. No, they go back to the pipe, and I tell you what, Sakita's setting choices here are really nice. Every time you think you've got it worked out, he goes somewhere else, and that's been the problem for the blockers. What a get from Kazuyuki. But what a run to Run. 4 points for the Suntory captain. Sato to serve. 10 apiece, and that one's wafted way out of bounds. 11-10 Stings. Fujinaka gradually playing his way into the game, but it's still a big push to make things happen against his old team. Still nobody in double figures. Mizerski's been on 9 for a while now. Can he get it done on an ace? Horrible ball toss. Controls it in. Overpass again, just tickled to the floor by Onodera. He knows that part of the court is open. He's just getting his hands up and blocking it sideways. So the serve is good enough to yield a point, but not an ace. Can he get the ball toss right this time and keep it in line with his body? No. Throws all the way across himself again, which is standard for Mazurski. Great blocking. Is that another one for Sekita? Or was that all on Adele? Yeah, it's all on Adele. He's on 9 now. Timeout. Disappointing timeout for Shinboi Koichiro, whose team were going so well. Well, Tashi might pull the rug from underneath everybody here and get to 10 points first. So Mazurski can still win that race to double figures with an ace here. Hits it well, pass is good, and DeFalco forces it off the smaller blocker Sekita to end Mazurski's service run. Stings are still in it. They've cancelled out a 2-point lead twice already in this set, and then taken their own lead. To try and do that again, they enlist the services of the replacement server. Comes in quite a lot from the bench, Nagoya Fujiwara, for this role. But he's also a very impressive starting left-sider as well. Just can't seem to get in ahead of Kenya Fujinaka this season. Played quite a bit last year, though. Good serve. Mazurski out of the back line, doesn't put it away. And Adera doesn't put it away. Neither man gets to 10. Another chance. This time wide to Diamas. Sekita forced to defend, so it's an out-of-system ball. Not an easy hit. Mazurski makes it look easy. Wow. That looked low and inside. But he gets his feet to the ball and absolutely thumps it for 10 points. 14 for his Suntory team. Double figures for Dimitri. Diamas to serve. Is this the point at which Suntory make the break? The answer is no. Boye jams it underneath the knee of Mazurski for his 9th point of the game. Good reach from Kazuyuki in defence. Nice recycle off the block from Boye. Little circus trick set, followed by the circus trick swing, but back to the straightforward hammer from Mazurski to bring the point home for Suntory. Still can't get more than 2 points away, Suntory. And with both Diamas and Mazurski in the backcourt for the moment, might not be that easy. Unless, of course, Onodera's high-did serve can cause problems. Well, it does. Nicely done. Nicely done. Kawahigashi confident with the set to Liu Tiang. Neither middle for Stings at the moment, really influencing the game. Couple of blocks here would be useful on the back of the DeFalco serve. One ace for TJ already in the match. He thinks it's another ace here. He's pretty confident as well. So the point's been given to Suntory. Shinboi Koichiro issues the first challenge of the game. This is ball in or out. TJ DeFalco has marched purposefully back to the service line. Got hold of the ball from the ball feeders and feels that he will be serving again here on the back of a second ace. Well, it's nowhere near, really, in terms of the way modern technology shows you how far a ball is out. Well, that's a ball's width out. So challenge lost, point lost. DeFalco's service run stopped. And Mizerski makes it back to front court. Break to come, remember. After this second set, teams will return to the dressing room, and from Sting's point of view, that's probably the best thing that can happen. Unless they can recover their composure early here. Diamas defends off the block. Mizerski gets to swing again. Hits the block, hits the defender, and hits 12 points in the match. Second timeout called by Shimbo Kuchiro as he once again sees that momentum swing very much in favour of the home team. 3-point lead for Suntory. This is an it's not rocket science moment for Stings. It would be nice to be talking about some kind of tactical difference that can be made with a replacement here or there, but it's straightforward, and they know it. If DeFalco and Boye aren't turning the scoreboard, the pressure's on. So that means Fujinaka is going to feel the pressure. It means that the two blockers, Liu and Kawaguchi, are going to have to deliver. None of that is happening at the moment for Stings. And Suntory are scoring at will. That is a classy, classy piece of finesse work from Ran Takahashi. Look at this, little spinner. Tasty. 4-point lead for Suntory. That has been properly nailed by Liu. Extreme angle from the Chinese Taipei international. And it's a case of well played, you're off. In comes replacement opposite, Mitsuki Demisu, 22 years of age. I think he's had a really good impact for Stings this season. Brand new to the SV.League out of university, but he always does well when he comes onto court. Gets the serve in. Mizerski forced to pass, and well, they're all at it. Sato clipping the ball away from his body. Set was right on his elbow here, but he's manufactured a very nice shot. Well, you can't challenge that. Maybe in future we'll get some kind of AI challenge in place to be able to look at whether a player has thrown the ball or not. Fujinaka might have there, but he gets away with it. Sato even, but he gets away with it. Well, the middles are starting to run now for Stings. Shuto Kawaguchi this time scores. Same angle that he saw the hit from Lucian go to the floor on. 3 points in it. Boye can save it here. And he does with an ace. Brings it back to a 2-point game. And forces a first timeout in the match from Olivier Lecard. So if you've got a couple of timeouts in the bank, it's quite useful to be able to use one the moment you see a momentum swing. And with Boye at the service line, this could be a tricky couple of minutes here for Suntory. Or not. Timeout very well called by Olivier Lecard. Out goes Sato, and for the first time in the match, Olivier Lecard throws in one of his tried and tested serving substitutes. Rui Takahashi joins his brother on the floor. Rui from the service line. Off pace, cuts it out wide. Boye stopped initially by the block. Not many hitting options available there. And Fujinaka gets a reuse. But it's just a matter of time, isn't it, before Suntory win those rallies. They've controlled the ball very well. And despite the best efforts of Stings to cause problems, eventually the setter gets his hands on it, and then it's just a case of finding run, Diamas or Mazerski to get it done out of system. Pace again from Rui. DeFalco taken out of the pipe. Set too tight for Fujinaka. We're seeing it all, aren't we? We're seeing it all. Not the flamboyant jump set, just a little step and set to Diamas. Beautiful tempo. And Diamas just clips it into space. 22-17. This is superb from Suntory Sunbirds Osaka. Rui to serve again. Calm pass from DeFalco, but again taken out of the pipe. Means Fujinaka has to be at his best, and he was. A painful rotation though for Stings. 13 points for Mazerski. Boye has made double figures as well on 10. But he'll need to have a bigger influence on the match when they return from the dressing room. And they're likely to be returning at 2-0 down, Stings. Mazerski gets his hands on the ball. Diamas goes off pace for the recycle, but just hits it a little too steep and too soft. Kawaguchi with the block. Keep an eye on Sekita if the ball is good here. Let's see if he can find his middleman. A little too far off the net, so goes to Diamas, who is controlled by the block. No control on that one. Boye hits too hard off the top. We might get a second timeout here. We do, straight away from Lecard. And he's done it again when his team still have points in the bank. Nice management of the situation by Lecard. Just those camera shots going around the court shows you the quality that Masahiro Sekita has available to him in offense. Underlines just how good the Stings block has been over the last couple of points to control it. Sayato Sake at 196 comes in as a blocking substitute. No setter on the floor then for Stings. Fujinaka seamlessly comes into position. Great fetch from Ogawa. Oh, great play as well to get the ball hittable from Mazerski. Stings go again without success. And there's all sorts happening down there. Ends in favour of the home side in the end. Brilliant pick-up from Nagoya. And finally, Mazurski gets his 14th point of the match for a 23-20 lead, and for the second time in the last few minutes, Suntory survive a tricky moment and then deliver their own problem. And the problem is Dmitry Mazurski, ace for 15 points, and Olivier Lecard once again sits calmly on the sidelines and presides over another pretty straightforward performance from his team. In comes Renaniki, point blocker. So two middlemen side by side in front court. Onodera next to Aniki. No setter on court now for Suntory. Good dig from Nagoya. Takahashi takes over as the setter, delivers to Diamas, and that is a stunning block from Kawaguchi. Former Hiroshima Thunder's man shuts the lights out on Alan Diamas. Back in comes Masahiro Sekita. 3 points the advantage. All of them set points for a 2-0 lead. Kawaguchi with the serve, easy ball in. That's great coverage. That is great coverage. DeFalco, I think it was, that got the read right. It was a pretty late one as well on the pipe. Never say never where the block is concerned. No timeouts left for Lecard. So he's got to let this momentum swing run. And Mazurski stopped by DeFalco. He's waited a long time to get his own back there, TJ DeFalco, and boy did he enjoy this one. One-on-one against the big man. Pressure's on for Suntory. Out of nowhere, Stings are back in the set. On a relatively easy ball to pass as well. Mazurski giving it again, this time no mistake. Thunders it into that far corner, 25-23. Suntory Sunbirds have a 2-0 lead at the break, and they will head into the dressing room, the happier of the two teams. 25-17, 25-23, Suntory leads Stings. 10-minute break then, stay with us here on VBTV. We'll be back with more action from a game that I think probably still has a story to play out.
サポーティングパートナーの皆様はご覧の各社になります。以上、各社のご協賛をいただいております。また、SV リーグ公式 SNS では観戦がもっと楽しくなる情報を配信中。皆様のフォローお待ちしています。
さあ、ここからの時間はボールをつなげサーブレシーブチャレンジ。ルールは簡単。こちら側からサーブされたボールをレシーブしてサンバース君、ムーンバース君がキャッチできればチャレンジ成功です。チャレンジは1人3回まで。そして成功した方にはサンバ
チいきましょう。皆さん、ヒロシさんにクラップでエールを送りますよ。せーの、クラップクラップ、お願いします。お、ナイスレシーブ。レシーブできたのにしっかりキャッチしてよ。
しっかりしてよ。さあ2球目いきましょう。
はい、しっかり気を取り直して2球目の挑戦いきましょう。さあ皆さん、もっともっとエールください。せーの、クラップクラップクラップ、お願いします。続いて2人目の挑戦者の名前をお聞きします。お名前を教えてください。チスです。はい、チスさん。チスさんは好きな選手誰ですか？関田さんと畑さん。ありがとうございます。じゃあ今日はホームアウェー関係なく一緒に楽しんでいきましょう。さあそれでは挑戦始めていきます。チスさんにも皆さん大きなクラップでエールを送りましょう。せーの、クラップクラップクラップ、お願いします。
ちょっと加藤さん、いきなりそのサーブは難しくないですか？かなり難しいサーブが。
もう少し優しめでお願いします。さあそれでは2球目気を取り直していきましょう。せーの、クラップクラップクラップクラップ。もう少し前からのサーブでお願いします。
ラスト1球いきましょう。
いきましょう。皆さん、さらに大きなエールください。せーの、クラップクラップクラップクラップ。頑張れ。ナイスレシーブ、ナイスキャッチ。見事チャレンジ成功です。すずさんにもぬいぐるみがプレゼントされます。おめでとうございます。
皆さん、もう一度大きな拍手。
はい、それでは最後3人目の挑戦者の方いきましょう。お名前を教えてください。はい、りーちゃんさん。皆さん、りーちゃんじゃなくてりーちゃんさんですね。それではりーちゃんさん、皆さん見てほしいんですけど、この胸のブローチめちゃくちゃ可愛いなと思うんですけど、そちらはどうしたんですか？
娘に作ってもらいました。
娘さんが作ってくださったということで、家族みんなで応援してくださってるということですね。ありがとうございます。さあそれでは早速最後の挑戦いきましょう。皆さんクラップ、大きなクラップお願いします。せーの、クラップクラップクラップクラップ。お、ナイス。惜しい惜しい。もうちょっとですね。はい、まだ2回挑戦あるので
ここでサントリーサンバーズ大阪のパートナー企業をご紹介いたします。マッチデーパートナーはヒューズモール、トップパートナーはサントリー生ビール、サントリージン水、中央日本土地建物グループ株式会社、ダイヤモンドパートナーは岩谷産業株式会社、プラチナパートナーは角食品工業株式会社、コード池運輸株式会社、グリーンだからバッドウィッチニューヨーク、シックスウェイ株式会社、ゴールドパートナーはご覧の各社様です。パートナーはご覧の各社様です。オフィシャルサプライヤーはご覧の各社様です。サントリーサンバーズ大阪は以上のパートナー様、サプライヤー様、そしてファンの皆様と大同生命 SV リーグを戦ってまいります。皆様の日頃のご支援誠にありがとうございます。手を叩いていきましょう。 Are you ready? Walk up, palm, walk up, palm, walk up, palm, walk up, walk up, walk up. OK、次は2クラップいきますよ。2クラップ、パーパー、2クラップ、パーパー、2クラップ、パーパー、2クラップ、2クラップ、2クラップ、2クラップ。OK、次はワード2。ワンクラップ、パー、2クラップ、パーパー、ワンクラップ、パー、2クラップ、ワンクラップ、2クラップ。OK、では次は3クラップ。
Teams back in the Ukini Arena here in Maishima. 7,000 seaters sold out yet again to watch Suntory Sunbirds at Osaka in top form right now. And even when Stings did counter, they still managed to get it over the line for the 2-0 lead, 25-23 in that second set. But with the quality that Stings have available on the floor, you just can't count them out. Dmitry Mizerski, Alan Diamas, Ran Takahashi are going to have to keep that scoreboard turning if they're going to keep Stings at bay here. But a 2-0 start is a 2-0 start, and the runaway league leaders will be delighted with the position they're in. Can they keep it going, coming back from the dressing room? Just two players in double figures, Dmitry Mizerski on 16 points, Stephen Boyer, the right-sider, on 11 for Stings. That's one of the keys to Stings getting back in the match, DeFalco. Two very good libros putting on a very good show today. Kazuyuki Takahashi for Stings and Tomohiro Ogawa for Suntory Sunbirds. And both coaches know that there's still a story to happen here. Away we go then with set number 3. Can Jtekt, Stings, AICHI in the black get into this match? Stephen Boyer, their first server. But the ball put away comfortably, and that left side for Suntory, I think, probably has the biggest role to play. Mizerski has kept the scoreboard moving nicely for Suntory, but both Ran Takahashi and Alan Diamas just have to come into the game a bit more, I think. Defense from Mizerski. Ball out to Takahashi, hits it cleanly, but very well covered by Shuto Kawaguchi, who's gradually getting into the match in the middle for Stings. 2-meter tall middle blocker, Kawaguchi. Does put up a pretty good wall. Kenji Sato contorting himself in the air to find the angle. Coming in for Ren Oniki in today's match, Kenji Sato. Good hands on the ball, slowed down for defense. Sato giving it again and tips it down to the floor. This time a slightly different score, but hard working nonetheless. From the floor, Mizerski gets hands on DeFalco. And again, Diamas defends off the back of that. And Mizerski this time goes tip, picked up easily by Kawahigashi. Boyer out of system. He can't make the play, but Kawaguchi can. All legal, says the referee. No challenge from Suntory. Well, so far so good from the home team in red. Suntory Sunbirds Osaka looking for their 34th win of the season. And it looks like Stings are going to have to play extremely well to stop that happening in 3 sets. Mizerski, 17th point of the game. Fierce hit into his old captain's chest. Former captain, maybe, rather than old. Serve. Good hands on it again. They are just relentless slowing this ball down, and it means that the transition opportunities are coming thick and fast here for Suntory, and they're scoring most of them. Well, if Yamas and Takahashi join the party in terms of their scoring proficiency, then this game is over. Quite simply. It's all happening, and it's all happening right for the home side. Kenji Sato scores his third point of this set alone. And a 6-2 lead forces Shimbo Kochiro's hand into an early timeout for Stings. Falco having a chat with his coach there. From the hand gestures, it looked like there were more requests to get that ball to him faster. Doing a good job here, Suntory, in restricting the options available, and when the options are taken, they've got good hands in the block. Well, that would have been brilliant. Unfortunately, it ends up as an error as Mazerski manages to slap the net. And ball out of play as well. That would have been a crazy quick. Sato. Partially defended. 4 points for him in this set alone. He goes back to the service line. Stings have got to get moving soon, otherwise this game is gone. Again, don't quite understand really pressurising Fujinaka with that serve when they have other players that they can attack, particularly DeFalco. He's in front court right now, but he's been allowed just to run whatever play he wants there. Brushes it past Mazerski. He will serve next. 3 points in it. Containment is good from Diamas. Mazerski absolutely smacks that into the chest of Stephen Boye. A little bit higher and Boye would have been in trouble there. Already seen Mazerski floor a couple of players this season and give one libero a bloody nose. That's how hard he's hitting this ball. See if he can find that sort of power from the baseline. Good pass. Pipe attack is well controlled. DeFalco's out of the action. Fujinaka attacks, he gets roofed. I think Sakita's done him again, has he? He has. A bit of pinball, so it came off Sakita into Onodera and then off of Fujinaka when it was probably going out of court. But Suntory will take the point. They've certainly earned it. Mazerski again. Just fierce hitting. DeFalco comes in to set. Gives the ball to Fujinaka, who was out of position, and the referee thinks it's touched the block. The blocker's confident it hasn't, so the challenge here from Lakar is automatic. The point might be so as well. Fujinaka wanted to set the ball, he wanted to set it to Boye, out of system, but instead DeFalco steps in, takes the set. Fujinaka wasn't in position to hit that. Well, from an initial claim of no touch on the ball, we go to a net fault challenge for which the point was called. So that was the original call from the refereeing staff. Not a touch off the block, but a touch from the block on the net. And Sakita Onodera convinced that they are innocent of the charges as presented. So here we go. It is a net touch. Well spotted by the refs. Taishi Onodera on the way up. Manages to clip the net, and a freebie from Suntory. They haven't given many points away today, but that's one Stings will be grateful of. Because a 10-4 lead is a lot different to a 9-5 lead. But they've still got 4 points to find, Stings. Liu Chang with the serve. Just making it too easy right now. Onodera tips it to the floor. All three defenders rooted to the spot. Positive scoreboard for Diamas. Positive serve, well contained by Fujinaka. Boy, blocked brilliantly by Takahashi. And then Fujinaka blocked. The ball makes its way over. Goes back to Takahashi, slides it down the line. And some glorious invention in defence by Stings. Keeps it off the floor. But unfortunately, just gives Suntory another chance to show what they can do. And Onodera is into double figures now. Changes made. Noe Fujiwara comes in, as does Ricardo Lucarelli, so it's wholesale changes. Goodness me. Out goes DeFalco. Out goes Kenya Fujinaka. In comes Noe Fujiwara and Brazilian Ricardo Lucarelli. 11-5, Suntory running away with the match. Good pass from the new man on court. Tight ball shoved through the block, but good recovery from Takahashi. In turn from Boye. And Lucarelli has to go volley on his first attack. Well, Suntory are just walking this third set right now, and this is very similar to set number one. Establishing a big lead early and taking just about every single transition opportunity, with the exception of one right at the start of the set. Second timeout called after the double substitution by Shimbo Koichiro. He is in emergency measures right now with his Stings team. Well, Stephen Boye with the look of a man who knows exactly where this game is going. And from Sting's point of view, that's down the drain. He's a man that would dearly love to be out on the floor still. He is a fierce competitor, TJ DeFalco. He won't like being on the bench. And he certainly won't like what's happened today in this match. Suntory have been fabulous. At last, Boye back into the scoring. 12 points for him, so he's level with Onodera on the other side of the net. Mazurski, the runaway leader at the moment, on 18. A run of points on Boye's serve right now would be vital for Stings. It ain't happening. Only so much one player can do in the context of a match. Some players obviously can do that a little bit more than others, like Mazurski. But Boye, DeFalco out of luck today for Stings. Onodera out of luck on that hybrid. trying to force it, and you can't blame them. Sting's players trying to make it happen, but sometimes you've just got to make your opposition play. The problem is, if they make Suntory play, Suntory have been winning points easily. Fantastic. What a wonderful run. Lovely set from Kawahigashi, and Boye this time beats the Takahashi block. He's pacing around, isn't he? Maybe he does believe this is still an opportunity to get a result. Oh, that's just glorious. That is just showboating. But of the highest quality from Run. Look at this, he turns himself inside out and bounces it down the line. Beautiful arm swing. He too goes into the net, so not a lot of serves going in court at the moment. Boye into the front line, Kawahigashi to serve. Reuse is good. Finish is even better. Mazurski just hammers it past Yu Chang and Nagoya Fujiwara as if they weren't there. 195 and 192, so not the tallest blockers, but completely dominated there by Mazurski. 19 points for Big Dema. It's a good hit from Sato. Overpass is tickled to the floor. Wasn't the best attack from Sekita, but Mazurski makes it work. All smiles, isn't it, from the Suntory players? Their body language is so positive, so relaxed. Boye, the only shining light at the moment. 14 points for him as he turns the scoreboard again. Well, Shimbo Koichiro will already be considering his options for tomorrow. His team have to play better than this. But full credit to Suntory, they've only been allowed to play so well in this match because Suntory have been quite superb. And opportunities like this have been few and far between, squandered by Boye. Saw he had the three blockers on him, tried to manufacture something off the fingertips. And I think he's a bit disappointed that Shimbo doesn't gamble a challenge here just to slow the game down. But Coach Koichiro remains stoic on the sideline, doesn't press the buzzer, and Mazurski gets to serve. Still no joy for Mazurski. That's the one element of his game today that hasn't quite worked. That's the third time he's done that today. And what Taishi Onodera is doing really well is he's seeing that wing player coming in to help out on the block. And as soon as Lucarelli leaves position 4 on the net, that is open, and Onodera's hit it every time. Diamas then takes pace off to make Stings play. Good containment. Onodera tries to find that spot again. Well covered by Stings. Boye down the line, defended by Diamas. Takahashi. Oh, that is a screamer. That is an absolutely glorious spike. He had a postage stamp to aim at, and he's hit it. What a beautiful shot. Everyone's smiling now. And Olivier Lecar having fun watching his team in full swing. Well, I think we were all expecting more than this. Game's been going less than an hour and a half, and it's nearly over, including the break between sets 2 and 3. Can't find his angle this time. Block works. Boye out of the back line. Breezes past Takahashi to reduce the lead to 7. Manages to miss both of Ogawa's legs on the way past. Nutmegged him. No, can't follow. So it is Suntory's match by 3 sets to 0. It's a matter of when, not if. Ideally, I think Olivier Lecard would like a clinical finish, and that's why he's going to still play out his substitutions. So Renaniki comes in as a point blocker. It's he alongside Kenji Sato, and no setter on court. That's an unusual service error from Onodera. Didn't quite read the room there after the substitution. Back in comes Sekita. He's got to work hard here just to maintain that rhythm he's had. The distribution today has been excellent. He's not really forced any silly sets through the middle. Lucarelli next to serve. Good hit, well passed. Takahashi doesn't finish though. Fujiwara quick to pick it up off the block, but again, unable to make the point initially, but Lucarelli's heroics keep the ball off the floor, and Fujiwara at last gets to swing for the point. That is superb from Stings. Some pickup from the Brazilian. Wicked dig. And a good finish from Fujiwara. Another heavy serve. Diamas contains it. Well, that's one of those sets that sometimes gets Sekita in trouble, sometimes takes Suntory's rhythm away from them because the middle is closed down. But even though he didn't really force it to Sato, Sato still manages to find a good angle to hit it. 3 points required now for the home team to win it in 3. That'll do for Stings to keep the scoreboard moving. Well, you know it's bad when 6 points doesn't feel too negative. 6 points down, that is. In any normal circumstance, 6 points down is end of the game, end of the set. But they're still in there and swinging. Boye, blocked just out from Mazurski. Okay, gap close to 5. Well, the one thing you are guaranteed week in, week out from the SV.League is a bit of drama somewhere at some point, but maybe that was the drama. It's been, it's gone, and Suntory now on the way once again. Sato with another tip ball from a middle player to score the point. No timeouts left for Shimbo Kochiro. He's used 2 big substitutions as well. And somehow Mazurski blocks from the floor, moves into a middle position like the good old days, and was licking his lips at the opportunity to try and block Stephen Boye. Boye, though, doesn't give him the chance because he's whacked it out of bounds. Multiple set points then for a quite glorious Suntory Sunbirds Osaka victory. Takahashi, big serve. Boye out of system, sends it high for Fujiwara. Stings go again. Boye. That's superb defence from Ogawa. Big rally to finish, and it is a point to Stings. The game is still going. Mazurski's found his way to 20 points in this match. Boye to 17, Onodera to 13. Those are the only 3 players in double figures in the game at the moment. Still match points, plenty of them for the team in red. Defended well by Takumi. Out of bounds from Boye. Are we going to get a challenge, or is it going to be accepted? It is accepted by Jtekt Stings AICHI. The error brings a stunning victory to Suntory Sunbirds Osaka. 25-17, 25-23, 25-18. It is a 3-0, 34th victory of the season for Suntory Sunbirds Osaka as they beat Jtekt Stings AICHI. Well, celebrations at the end of match is certainly not an unfamiliar thing for Suntory Sunbirds, home and away. I think we were expecting a much better tussle today, but Suntory put a lid on that game very early. And in all honesty, never let up. Ran Takahashi and his team move to yet another victory and total dominance of the regular season on the SV.League. So we'll leave you with the victory celebrations of the Suntory team, the traditional laps of honour from the chosen players. It's a 3-0 victory over Stings, and we'll be back for more. Same place, same time tomorrow as Suntory bid for victory number 35 this season. Thanks for watching here on VBTV. From me, Simon Golding, I'll say goodbye and see you again soon.
Thank you, Jtekt Stings AICHI! この後準備が整い次第 POM 選手インタビューに移ります。今しばらくお待ちください。これよりスティングスの選手がコートをハードルします。明日も熱い試合に期待しましょう。Thank you, Stings! 改めまして準備が整い次第 POM インタビューに移ります。今しばらくお待ちください。
ご来場の皆様、中継をご覧の皆様、お待たせいたしました。ただいまよりこの試合で一番活躍しました選手に贈られますプレイヤーオブザマッチ POM を発表いたします。さあ、本日の POM は背番号12番高橋蘭選手です。蘭選手、どうぞ前までお越しください。蘭選手には本日のマッチデーパートナーキューズモールで使える商品券10万円分が贈られます。プレゼンターは東急不動産 SC マネジメント株式会社代表取締役社長大久保二郎様です。大久保さん、よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。それでは POM インタビューを始めていきます。蘭選手、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今の気持ちを教えてください。
そうですね、キューズボールでどうやって10万円分を使おうかなって必死に考えてます。
ぜひサントリー商品に10万円分使ってください。
わかりました。
さあ、今日で34勝目、今季ホーム負けなしです。
そうですね、本当に今日もほぼ満席の状態で試合をやらせていただいてますし、本当に皆さんの力があってのこのホームゲーム全勝できていると思います。本当にありがとうございます。
今日はレッドオンレッドということで、いつにも増して真っ赤に染まった会場、この景色見ていかがですか？
いやもう最高に暑かったですし、途中赤いのを振ってくれてる方々も本当に声援がしっかりとコートまで届いていたので、本当に皆さんの声援でしっかり今日も勝ちを取れたと思ってます。ありがとうございます。
それでは明日に向けて一言お願いします。
はい、明日も間違いなく、難しい、試合になると思いますし、でも皆さんの前でしっかりと、ホームゲーム全勝のところを目指して、頑張っていきたいので、引き続き応援のほどよろしくお願いします。頑張ります。
背番号12番高橋蘭選手にお話を伺いました。ありがとうございました。
高橋蘭選手 POM おめでとうございます。それではこの後サンバーズシートの皆様向けのフォトセッション並びにハイタッチタイムです。そしてその後は会場内の皆様全員向けにサンバーズ選手からの直接のサインボールの投げ込みがございます。必ずお席に座ったままボールをキャッチしてください。よろしくお願いします。はい、それでは行きましょう。1、2、サンバーズ。はい、OK です。ありがとうございます。それではハイタッチタイムです。さあ、本日の POM キャプテン高橋蘭選手を先頭に皆さん手をパーにして優しくハイタッチでお願いいたします。 した。明日も、熱い試合になると思いますので、引き続き熱いご声援をよろしくお願いします。では、いつもの1、2、3番で終わりたいと思います。いきます。1、2、3番。